Namaskaram everyone. Today I'll discuss something about Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati, though many of us consider it as more of pranayam, but in a category wise, it is more. It comes under a category of kriya, where we have called as Shat Kriyas in yoga, where kriyas are nothing but a cleansing process where we try to clean up our body. So just the same way, Kapalbhati also comes under the process of kriya. So in Kapalbhati, more of pranayam, it is comes under the category of kriya, but though we consider most of us consider that as a pranayam also. So Kapalbhati pranayam, but it is actually Kapalbhati Kriya. So that was a theoretical kind of approach. Now, in Kapalbhati, it is a rapid exhalation as we breathe in, breathing out. As we breathe in, we bulge up our stomach, breathing out. Generally, in our normal time, when we breathe in, we fill up our kind of a chest as we normally breathe, or part of chest or part of stomach for somebody, or for somebody it is completely the stomach. So it's the stomach goes out and then in, right? So understanding here, what you have to uh, concentrate here is, as we breathe in, we bulge up our stomach, and as we breathe out, exhaling total air out in one shot. Right. So that is what Kapalbhati is. Now, how to do Kapalbhati? Now, how we should not do is, well, that is wrong, because if you're healthy and doing it fast, then it's okay, but fine. But if you're on the initial stage also, doing Kapalbhati is no good, because maybe muscle cramp can happen, maybe um, heart muscles can get contracted, or so such kind of inconveniences you may feel. So or you may at times you can experience a lower back issue also, lower back pain. Maybe there is a kind of a pull in your lower back, and hence it leads to pain. So just to avoid all the complications, see that you are doing Kapalbhati. After every Kapalbhati, give a 1 second gap, at least 1 second to 1.5 second gap between two Kapalbhati will keep you in a safer side, and at the same time the intensity of what you are doing will be maintained throughout. That's more important. So when we do it faster, so after a period of time you will see that the intensity starts reducing. But so just to overcome that, the advantage of doing even slow is that you will be able to maintain that intensity for a longer duration of time, and at the same time you can do Kapalbhati at the same time for a longer period of time. That's more advantageous. So now, if you're doing Kapalbhati for the first time, then you will find a little bit of difficulty in understanding, or more um, to put in a way, like to synchronize the breath and the action that you have to generate when you are exhaling the air out may mismatch sometime if you are doing it for the first time. So uh, to to have a good clarification in what I was trying to mention right now, the way we have to do, though it's not that complicated, but sometimes it happens with a lot of my students, and I am expecting, if you are doing this for the first time, if you are doing this, then you may also find some inconveniences in understanding how exactly the thing is happening. So just to have an idea, so how it has to be done, or somewhere the base technique where you can understand how things are happening when you are exhaling the air out and all. So what exactly has to happen, or what you should feel when the exhalation is happening, how the stomach movement is happening, to have an idea. So in this, we take a normal long and deep breath from the mouth, from the nostril, and in one shot trying to push it out. We take a long and deep breath in, pushing it out. We breathe in, breathing out. We breathe in, breathing out. Now if you observe, after a couple of times, now if you try to breathe in, taking your attention to your stomach, as you breathe out, you will see that the stomach is making an inward direction, or making an inward movement. So you try to observe that once. So you will see the same thing has to be done when we are doing the Kapalbhati, where Kapalbhati has to be done from the nostril only. So in this, as we breathe in and try to check whether the thing is happening the way it has to happen, by inhaling from the nostril, breathing out from the mouth. As you breathe out from the mouth, the stomach goes little inward direction. So to and fro, if you are new to this, to and fro, try to do to and fro, one with inhalation and exhalation from the nostril, and the other with inhalation from the nostril and exhaling the air out from the mouth, just to understand whether both of them are having the same action on the stomach or not, just to clarify it. So I hope this will make some sense, and then please do continue practicing this. Though in a way, only doing Kapalbhati will not help you. You need to do everything for that matter. It's not like kind of a medicine which is being prescribed like the doctors prescribe. So health is a natural, health is a all over thing. Everything has to everything in the body, every part of the body has to be taken care. So that's more important. Thank you very much.